Welcome, class of 2020. Your day's finally here. This is actually a very impressive sight. Well done. Great job. What a way to go out, 2020. Nice job. At this time, we'd like to play the national anthem. At this time, I'd like us all to recognize Mrs. Peggy O'Toole in a moment of silence. Mrs. O'Toole was an instructional support assistant here at the high school who recently has passed away. For 2 minutes, we'd like to hold a moment of silence in her honor. I know somewhere Mrs. O'Toole's looking down on us, smiling at this event today. Thank you. It's time we start the program. I am honored and would love to introduce our chairwoman of the school committee, Mrs. Ellen Pennington, for our opening remarks.
Good morning. I'm so very proud to be here with you on graduation day. We know this isn't the senior year and graduation you had hoped for. You will have quite a story to tell your children and grandchildren someday. You have made the best of a difficult situation. We have faith that you will persevere. You're resilient. As Maya Angelou once said, you may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, how you can still come out of it. I cannot think of a better example of courage and perseverance than the East Bridgewater class of 2020. On behalf of the school committee, we are proud of all of the students of the class of 2020. You have completed 13 years of hard work. We are grateful to your parents, guardians, faculty, and staff, and anyone else who assisted you in your journey along the way. You are beginning a new chapter in your lives. This new chapter is a start to new experiences and adventures. The future is unfolding and unlimited for you right now. Keep challenging yourselves. Follow your dreams. Believe in yourself. You have the ability to achieve great success. It is only through hard work, perseverance, motivation, and dedication that you will be successful. You as an individual have the ability to make a difference. You can all make a difference for yourself, your family, and the world. Don't let society define you, but rather you define society. So remember your strengths, talents, and abilities. It is your turn to go out and make the world a better place. On behalf of the school committee, we wish you the very best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Pennington. For those of you who might not know, I am Jeff Sylvia. I'm the principal here at East Bridgewater Junior Senior High School. We spent a lot of time the last couple of months preparing for this day, game planning, re-game planning, trying to figure out the best way to celebrate the class of 20 to give you the send-off you deserve and you've earned. The signs that you see at each parking spot are yours to keep. EB Hope, the coalition, has gracefully donated these signs for you. They are for you to take home with you when you leave here today, before the parade. Welcome to the class of 2020 graduation recognition ceremony. This has been quite a journey. Please allow me to recognize a few individuals who have helped make this day possible. Thank you to Superintendent Legault, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Williams, Mrs. Pennington, Mrs. Higgins, the rest of our school committee members, and our town administration. Thank you for your support and assistance with making this day happen. Thank you to Mr. Condon and family for providing us with our sound system to make sure all of our graduates are celebrated out loud for all to hear. Thank you to Mrs. Alward for capturing the moment that begins the next chapter of our amazing graduate lives. Thank you to the DPW for making our campus look amazing. Thank you to all our staff, our faculty, our custodians, our secretaries, our resource officers, Mr. Leonard, and our guidance counselors for their imperative roles in assisting that this day finally came to fruition and will be a memorable one. Thank you to the East Bridgewater Police Departments and Fire Departments for helping map out our parade route to help continue this celebration. To Ms. Anderson and Mr. Bosch for their tireless efforts for the past few months, planning, replanning, and formulating an idea that truly celebrates the class of 2020. To the parents and the families, thank you for your patience, your understanding, and your support during the last few months, not only towards myself and this administration, our district, but most importantly, your seniors. Your seniors could not have made it here without your unwavering support. Finally, to the class of 2020, thank you for your resiliency. Thank you for your determination. Thank you for your efforts, and thank you for your character this historic time, a global pandemic. This is your generation's story of walking to school uphill both ways with one shoe on in a snowstorm, always. Do not let the end of your senior year deter this amazing accomplishment of graduating high school and beginning the rest of your life. It is difficult to put into words how much the class of 2020 has made a deep impression on myself. Not only are you my very first graduating class as a principal, this is the very first graduation ceremony that I am lucky enough to plan from scratch. No models, no precedents, no blueprints of a drive-through graduation, but yet here we are in this success. We are here to celebrate how proud we are of you and all that you've accomplished. We will always remember the class of 2020. Trying to figure out what words of wisdom I can impress upon you during the past week, I too found myself riveted with how our nation is facing extraordinary challenges. The challenge of confronting racism, violence, and injustice. It is clear we are not doing enough to dismantle racism or complacency. How do we as a nation heal? How does our community commit to social justice, reestablish a core set of values, and expect dignity and respect for all? How do we as a community show our nation, and more importantly, our African American community, that we stand with you in solidarity and state our unequivocal rejection of racism and violence? To let all know we see you, we hear you, we stand with you, we love you. Over the course of this difficult week, the one comforting feeling throughout these challenging times is you, the class of 2020. You have a real chance of providing the positive change the world needs. Your actions from this day forward will help heal our nation as a whole. The character you have shown individually tells us that you are the start that we need. You all have the potential to be great young leaders, to step up, stand up, lift up, and serve, to advocate, to listen, and to elevate the positive values of our nation and the tenets of our common humanity. Do not accept the system structures and behaviors that force people to fear their lives and persistently alienate people from their basic human rights. Be the positive change you want to see in the world. Your potential is limitless. Your resiliency is your strength. Your determination is your nature. Essential to this commitment is the demanding respect for the dignity of all and having communities that are inclusive, united, and just. Be the leaders who help all of us chart a meaningful path forward to ensure true equality for all and the end to systemic racism. You, the East Bridgewater Junior Senior High School of Class of 2020, is what we need now more than ever. Keep reaching for the stars. Never let complacency overcome you, and help make the positive changes our nation needs. I leave you with this quote from Henry David Thoreau. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life that you always imagined. We are incredibly proud of you, and personally, I will never forget you. Thank you for being the very best in the most difficult of situations. Thank you. At this time, I would like to recognize 3 specific members of the class of 2020. These 3 individuals have made a commitment to our nation and all of us, a commitment to maintain our safety not only here in East Bridgewater, but globally as well. These 3 individuals have enlisted into our military services. I would like to take a few moments to recognize them, wish them luck, wish them safety, and tell them we couldn't be more proud of you. Please, as your name is called, we ask you to exit your vehicle and stand in front to get the recognition you deserve. Mr. Hunter Ellis, United States Marine Corps. Mr. Robert Kalish, United States Army. Mr. Jacob Pierce, the United States Coast Guard. Gentlemen, thank you for what you are about to do for all of us. You are always in our thoughts and prayers. Godspeed and be safe. Thank you. It is now my privilege to introduce Ms. Elizabeth Legault, Superintendent of the East Bridgewater Public School System.
Good morning. Welcome to the 2020 East Bridgewater Public School District's commencement ceremony. I'd like to begin by telling you I thought the hardest decision as superintendent was to cancel school for a snow or a delay. But let me tell you, that's a piece of cake compared to the pandemic. Not being able to see my students and staff daily and almost not being able to celebrate your awesome accomplishment of completing your K-12 education had me heartbroken at times. But we are Viking strong, and the Vikings got it done. Welcome school committee, faculty, staff, and parents, and family members who you have stuffed in a car or a bus with you, and most importantly, you, our graduates. Welcome. I'd like to say a special thank you to the crew, the Cogden family, EBCAM, the police, fire, and many staff for getting us in shape for today's special event. Mr. Ponte leaves us for retirement, but his kind and gentle spirit will be instilled forever. His drive to create a music program that is top-notch will not only be missed by music parents and the music students, but by all of us. Thank you, Mr. Ponte, and best wishes on your retirement. Teachers, instructional support staff, Mr. Sylvia and your team, you did it. You traversed these rough waters over the last 3 months with balance, dedication, commitment. You provided instruction, social emotional support, as well as turning the crock pot on at 9 a.m., throwing a laundry in, and making sure your own children were set for school. You are Zoom professionals now. On behalf of Dr. Williams and myself, we thank you. If someone says you'll never get it done, walk away and smile and exceed their expectations. You're a Viking, and that's what Vikings do. They get the job done and done well. We are proud of you. That was my speech, and I was going to stop there. But I thought, no, I must stand up as a leader and stand my ground for kindness, inclusiveness, and celebrating diversity. At East Bridgewater, is there a divide of the haves and have-nots? Well, there shouldn't be. Is there a divide between CP, honors, and/or AP? There shouldn't be. Is there a divide between students of color or different ethnicity or sexual orientation? There shouldn't be. Is there a divide between athletes, music students, the arts, or a student who just wants to be a student? There shouldn't be. Is there a divide between faculty members, staff members, and administration? There shouldn't be. The skills you were first taught by Dr. Williams and her teachers and staff at the Central School when you were in kindergarten were kindness and resiliency. Remember 911? You learned many hands make light work working together and forming work groups at Mitchell School. It didn't matter what your last name was or the color of your skin. You then journeyed through the junior-senior high school and experienced Ferguson, and your parents, your teachers, your staff, your friends talked about it, weeded it out, and you matured. Then came the pandemic, and we lost our ability to be social by touching or hugging or speaking face-to-face. We became go-to meetingers, Zoomers, and Google Meeters. In the past 12 days, we have seen, once again, that people have hatred and are willing to forget what we learned in kindergarten. There is a reason that kind is in kindergarten. Someone today will go on Facebook or another social media platform after graduation, take a swipe at my words, say she professes that she wants diversity and to create a culture of kindness, or just take a swipe at me because it's easy. But I'm used to that because I am chose to be a leader, and I will continue to lead for opportunity and access for all. Someone will say a mean-spirited thing about graduation and how it wasn't any good or not what anybody wanted, even though no one knows the guidelines and protocols we had to follow or how hard Mr. Sylvia and his staff worked. Stand up and rise above the nonsense and stop for a moment and look around. We are here, we are together, and we are celebrating you. Stand up and rise above Vikings. You want to change the world? Well, now is your time. You are bright, you are articulate, and you've got this. Graduates, parents, school committee, faculty, staff, family, and friends with authority that has been granted to me by the Department of Education of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby recognize and confirm each graduate to receive their diplomas. Congratulations, graduates. Let the 2020 commencement begin.
Our first graduate, Miss Abigail Francis, class valedictorian and class secretary, will be attending George Washington University in the fall. Mr. Michael Donoso, our class salutatorian, will be attending Brown University in the fall. Miss Riley Costello, our class president, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall. Miss Emily McCormick, our class vice president, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall. Miss Delaney Lyons, our class treasurer, will be attending Harvard University in the fall. Miss Jenna Condon, our National Honor Society president, will be attending Nichols College in the fall. Miss Alexis Allen, our National Honor Society Vice President, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall. Our next graduate is Miss Megan Johnston, our National Honor Society Secretary. She will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Donna DeChambeau, our National Honor Society Treasurer, will be attending Brandeis University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Sydney Dewhurst. She is our National Honor Society tutoring coordinator. Will be attending Curry College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Elena Allen, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of Massachusetts, Boston in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Keely Alterio, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Keene State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Alexis Amaral, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of New Hampshire in the fall. Next is Mr. Kevin Barry, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Springfield College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Nina Bonanca, she's a member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Salve Regina University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Julia Buffard, she's a member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Westfield State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Daniel Bousquet, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Lowell in the fall.
More than I could ever need. You just keep moving me. You just keep moving me.
Next, Miss Anna Carey, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Merrimack College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Leah Caldwell, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Endicott College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Christiana Cordoni, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Maria Dalto, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Assumption College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Luke Dawson, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Massachusetts Maritime Academy in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Emma Falche, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Catherine Genich, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Western Connecticut State University in the fall. Congratulations. These guys. Next is Mr. Tyler Gray. He is also a member of the National Honor Society. Tyler is pursuing a lifelong dream in acting. Good luck, Tyler. Our next graduate, Mr. Stephen Gurney, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Nichols College in the fall. Our next graduate, Ms. Kaylee Harris, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Quinnipiac University in the fall. Next, Ms. Caitlin Healy, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Merrimack College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Alex Hoyt, member of the National Honor Society. Alex will be pursuing junior hockey in the fall. Good luck, Alex. Our next graduate, Miss McKenna Lessard, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending St. Anselm's College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Matthew Long, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Worcester State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Abigail Lewis, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Boston in the fall. Next, Miss Ashley Lewis, member of the National Honor Society, will also be attending the University of Massachusetts at Boston in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Riley McDonald, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Cody Maloney, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Lowell in the fall. Next, Miss Abigail McCarthy, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall. Next, Miss Sophia Mirioni. She is also a member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Emmanuel College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Coleman Mooney, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall.
My flavor is free.
Our next graduate, Miss Haley Oliver, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of New Hampshire in the fall.
Don't drop me. You're the boss. I want you to be the boss.
Our next graduate, Mr. Charles Petrosevich, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Worcester State University in the fall.
Don't drop me. I'm an acrobat. Don't drop me. You're the boss now. I want you to be the boss.
Our next graduate, Miss Nicole Pino, she is a member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Springfield College in the fall.
Be the boss. I want you to lead the way. Take me into the forest. Guide me. I'm going to be the boss now. I'm going to take you.
Our next graduate, Miss Maisha Rowe, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Regis College in the fall.
I'm going to show you my way. I'm going to return favor. You're my acrobat. I'm the boss now. You want me to be your boss? You want me to be your boss now? I'm your boss, man. I'm the one that
Our
takes
next
you
graduate, Miss Isabella Scott, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall.
I'm the boss. I'm your boss now.
Our next graduate, Miss Zoe Sebastian, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Millersville University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Nicole Shepard, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Ms. Elizabeth Silva, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Evan Stanley, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of New Hampshire in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Jack Tata, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Emmanuel College in the fall. Our next graduate, Ms. Caitlin Toomey, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Boston in the fall. Our next graduate, Ms. Amber Young, member of the National Honor Society, will be attending Stonehill College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Liam Ahern. Liam will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Boston in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Tyler Albanese. Tyler will be pursuing a career in HVAC. Good luck, Tyler. Our next graduate, Mr. Marcus Alger. Marcus will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Connor Babcock Gillis. Connor will be attending Worcester State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Erin Bamford. Erin will be attending the State University of New York, Oswego in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Brooke Barons. Brooke will be attending University of Massachusetts at Boston in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Theodore Barrett. Theo will be attending the University of Lynchburg in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Sierra Boatwright. Sierra will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Boston in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Paul Bolduck. Paul will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall. Right to left. Our next graduate, Mr. Gunnar Beretti. Gunnar will be attending Curry College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Melissa Brazil. Melissa will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Luciano Luch Brenneville. Luch will be attending Western New England University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Robert Cadigan. Robbie will be pursuing a work or career in the future. Good luck, Robbie. Our next graduate, Mr. Jeremiah Capellan. Jerry will be attending Curry College in the fall. Our next graduate, Samantha Champagne. Samantha will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall. Our next graduate, Caitlin Choquette. Caitlin will be attending Southern New Hampshire University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Daniel Collins. Dan will be attending University of Massachusetts at Boston in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. David Cannell. David will be attending University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. William Connor. William will be pursuing work or technical trade. Good luck, William. Our next graduate, Miss Danielle Coughlin. Danielle will be attending Curry College in the fall. Next is Kimberly Cox Ferrand. Kim will be attending Simmons College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Nolan Crowley. Nolan will be going to a trade school to pursue small engine repair. Good luck, Nolan. Our next graduate, Miss Sandra DeRosa. Sandra will be attending LIM College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Daniel DeSimone. Dan will be pursuing work or trade in his future. Good luck, Dan. Our next graduate, Mr. William Donahue. William will be attending Curry College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Justin Donahue. Justin will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Emily Doucette. Emily will be attending University of Massachusetts at Boston in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Jake Doucette. Jake will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Faith Drake. Faith will be attending Massachusetts College of Art in the fall. Our next graduate, Kaylee Duplessa. Kaylee will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Alicia Ellis. Alicia will be pursuing a work career. Good luck, Alicia. Our next graduate, Mr. Hunter Ellis. Hunter is enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. Good luck, Hunter. Our next graduate, Miss Megan Engstrom. Megan will be attending Clark University in the fall. Our next graduate, Sage Ford Selig. Sage will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Alexander Fortier. Alex will be pursuing a work career. Good luck, Alex. Absolutely. Our next graduate, Mr. Cole Francoeur. Cole will be attending Massachusetts Maritime Academy in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Hunter Frew. Hunter will be attending Massachusetts Maritime Academy in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Sean Furs. Sean will be pursuing a career in technology. Good luck, Sean. Our next graduate, Mr. Brandon Gonzalez. Brandon will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Caitlin Grable. Caitlin will be attending Marymount Manhattan College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Michael Mick Guerin. Mick will be attending Framingham State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Erin Gustafson. Erin will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Sarah Harkins. Sarah will be attending Gordon College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Morgan Hayward. Morgan will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Brooke Henderson. Brooke will be attending the Tony and Guy Hairdressing Academy in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Crystal Inglis. Crystal will be pursuing a work career. Good luck, Crystal. Our next graduate, Mr. Jordan Jacobs. Jordan will be attending Salem State University in the fall. Next graduate, Mr. Cameron Johnson. Cam will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Robert Kalish. Robert has enlisted in the United States Army. Good luck, Robert. Our next graduate, Miss Noelle Keene. Noelle will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Amherst in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Emma Ken. Emma will be attending Westfield State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Cody Kingman. Cody will be attending Springfield College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Michael Kingman. Michael will be attending Quinnipiac University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Molly Kingman. Molly will be attending the University of Connecticut in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Michael Levine. Michael will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Kevin Lindsay. Kevin will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Adam McDougall. Adam will be pursuing work or going to a community college in the fall. Good luck.
You're making news.
Our next graduate, Miss Nicole Mann. Nicole will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth in the fall.
You're making news.
Our next graduate, Mr. Ryan Manette. Ryan will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Nicholas McDermott. Nick will be attending Assumption College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Tyler McNally. Tyler will be attending University of Vermont in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Lucas Merry. Lucas will be attending University of New Hampshire in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Julia Monsini. Julia will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Melissa Morse. Melissa will be attending University of Maine at Orono. Good luck. Our next graduate, Miss Sadie Nakar. Sadie is taking a gap year. Good luck, Sadie. Our next graduate, Mr. Kevin Nazir. Kevin will be attending University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Joshua Oman. Josh will be attending Merrimack College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Julian Osborne. Julian will be attending Emerson College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Lily Packard. Lily will be pursuing work. Good luck, Lily. Our next graduate, Miss Heather Parsons. Heather will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Madison Pascal. Maddie will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Ian Pavo. Ian is pursuing trade school. Good luck, Ian. Our next graduate, Mr. Connor Payton. Connor will be pursuing work, technical trade, or going to the Gold Institute in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Sean Felton. Sean will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Chelsea Peralt. Chelsea will be attending Rhode Island College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Jacob Pierce. Jacob is enlisted in the United States Coast Guard. Good luck, Jacob. Our next graduate, Miss Olivia Palucci. Olivia will be attending Merrimack College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Rachel Policino. Rachel will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Haley Quill. Haley will be attending Stonehill College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Michaela Rafferty. Michaela will be attending Quincy College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Diego Restrepo. Diego will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall.
Guys, we're getting close to starting the parade if you want to start making your way back to your cars.
Our next graduate, Mr. Parker Rico. Parker will be pursuing vocational training in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Caroline Ross. Caroline will be attending Southern New Hampshire University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Joseph Shea. Joe will be attending Roger Williams University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Timothy Sherman. Tim will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Marcus Smith. Marcus will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Braden Spencer. Braden is attending Massasoit Community College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Brendan Spillane. Brendan will be attending Massachusetts Maritime Academy in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Madison Stella. Maddie will be attending Gordon College in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Jonathan Stoll. Jonathan will be attending the University of Massachusetts at Dartmouth in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Stephanie Sullivan. Stephanie will be attending Bay Path University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Israel Cipriano. Israel will be pursuing a work career. Good luck. Our next graduate, Mr. David Texera da Costa. David will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Next is Mr. Gavin Tierney. Gavin will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Candice Tiro. Candice will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Joseph Trask. Joe will be pursuing a trade school. Good luck, Joe. Our next graduate, Miss Jacqueline Tucker. Jacqueline is attending the University of Massachusetts at Boston in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Krista Vanas. Krista will be pursuing a work or going to community college. Good luck, Krista. Our next graduate, Mr. Jake Van Vechten. Jake will be attending Lynn University in the fall. Our next graduate, Miss Madison Verdaro. Maddie will be attending Suffolk University in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Joshua Vaughn. Josh will be pursuing a work career. Good luck, Josh. Our next graduate, Mr. Alberto Velasquez. Alberto will be going to the Massachusetts College of Art in the fall. Our next graduate, Mr. Stelios Vincilios, will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall. Go ahead, sir. Our next graduate, Miss Victoria Voss. Victoria will be attending Curry College in the fall.
She got the brown eyes, caramel thighs, long hair, no wedding ring. Hey, I saw you looking from across the way, and now I really wanna know your name. She got the white dress when she's wearing less, man, you know that she drives me crazy. The brown eyes, beautiful smile, you know I love watching the do.
Our next graduate, Miss Shabri Woodbury. Shabri will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall.
Kiss her, this love is like a dream. So join me in this bed. I'm in, push up on me and sweat, darling. So I'm gonna put my time in. I won't stop until the end. Just sing, jump in that water, be free. Come south of the border with me. Jump in
Our next graduate, Miss Abigail Yerkes. Abby will be attending Bridgewater State University in the fall.
I won't stop until you ain't just sing. Jump in that water, be free. Come south at the border with me. Jump in that water, be free. Come south at the border with me.
He got that moving nice, giving me signs, said he really wants to know my name.
Our next graduate, Mr. Trevor York. Trevor will be attending Lake Washington Institute of Technology in the fall.
Taking your time, and I will never be the same. I love his lips, 'cause he says the words. They are my money, don't wake up. This love is like a dream. So join me in this bed that I will push up on me and sweat, darling. So I'm gonna put my time in line. I won't stop until the angels sing. Jump in that water, be free. Come south of the border with me. Jump in that water, be free. Come south of the border with me.
Our next graduate, Mr. Tyler Young. Tyler will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall.
So join me in this bed. I'm in. Push up on me and sweat, darling. So I'm gonna put time in.
Our next graduate, Miss Madison Zukowski. Maddie will be attending Massasoit Community College in the fall.
Come south at the border with me.
He got that moving nice, giving me signs, said he really wants to know my name. Hey, I saw you looking from across the way, and suddenly I'm glad I came. Quiero bailar, toma mi mano. Quiero sentir tu cuerpo en mí, estás temblando. Moving nice, taking your time, and I will never be the same. I love his lips, 'cause he says the words. They are my money, don't
We have one final graduate with the class of 2020. Mr. Ray Ponte. Mr. Ponte has worked in the East Bridgewater public school system for the past 17 years. Mr. Ponte is an outstanding educator and music director. The music that is playing is Mr. Ponte's opus. He recorded it by himself in one of his Zoom lessons last week. Mr. Ponte is retiring with over 30 years in education. You are a true inspiration and role model to all of us. We wish you the very best as you enjoy your family and the time you get to spend with them. And you continue doing what you love. Congratulations, Mr. Ponte. Good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, class of 2020. Mr. Ponte, please lead the parade. Thank you, and have a great day. Be safe.